श्रीमते राधा स्वामी नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी शेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशकारिणी ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानांजनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः स्थापितमेन स्वयं वन्देहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सखगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सखगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांचन नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्वकारण कारण Sat Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the purest and topmost knowledge, Pavitram Uttamam. So Krishna is teaching in this Bhagavad Gita now in the 10th chapter. Krishna has already taught, already gave us the knowledge where everything comes from Krishna. And no one knows about Krishna. We are already seeing in this material world, people are attracted towards temporary things and they don't even find any time to get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita or to know about Krishna. So that is the reality. So we also know in the 7th chapter we studied that hardly 1 in 1,000 will endeavor for perfection. Even among them, only one knows about Krishna. Yatatam api siddhanam. Yatatam api siddhanam means for those who are endeavoring for perfection. Yatatam, endeavoring. Siddhanam, perfection. So for those who are endeavoring for perfection, yatatam api siddhanam Kashin Mam Veti Tatvataka. Only one knows about me fully. Kashin Mam Veti Tatvataka. Mam Tatvataka means about me. The facts about me. So Veti knows. So Kashin means hardly one. That is, Manushyanam Sagasresu Kaschit Yadati Siddhaye. That Siddhaye. Then Siddhanam. So, Manushyanam Sagasesu Kasit Yatati Siddhaye. Yatati Siddhaye means endeavor for perfection. So, that's what out of 1,000, only one will endeavor for perfection. And out of those who are endeavoring for perfection, that's what Yatati Siddhaye, Yatatam api Siddhanam. We need to understand the difference between the two. So, in the second line, Krishna says that Yatati Siddhaye means the endeavor for perfection. Then yatatam api siddhanam means those who are endeavoring for perfection. So that's what we need to understand. Such a rare thing to know fully about the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And we are extremely fortunate that we are endeavoring for perfection. In all circumstances, we are now determined to study Bhagavad Gita. We will not give up at any point of time this endeavoring, these efforts, what we have. Whatever comes, we will make sure that we will study Bhagavad Gita. So that's very important. We know that this is material world, which is full of miseries. Dukkali. everyone has to face. Irrespective of whether a person is a devotee or not, this material world, they have to go through birth, old age, disease and death. That is the real dukkha. The real dukkha is not the one what we are facing in our day-to-day life, not getting enough money or job or other things. That is also dukkha, struggle for existence we call. But our real problems we understood very clearly from Bhagavad Gita that Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. So dukkha doshanu darshanam. So one is able to see darshanam, one who is able to see that birth, death, old age and disease. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. So we need to protect ourselves from all these things. That means we should not be taking a body in this material world. So these are our real distress. So having come to this temporary miserable world, we are struggling and suffering, and hardly one will endeavor for perfection. And out of those who are endeavoring for perfection, hardly one knows about Krishna will fully, completely. So in our case, by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are all endeavoring for perfection because we have so much faith on Krishna, so much faith on Bhagavad Gita. So that way, we will definitely, we will succeed, no doubt. We will know everything about Krishna, no doubt. Krishna takes care of us fully. We already studied in the 10th chapter that everything comes from me, everything emanates from me. I am the source of everything. Everything emanates from me. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaga sarvam pravartate. So that way, all our problems, let us leave it to Krishna. That's what we always say, leave it to Krishna, do it for Krishna, like that. So then, it is Krishna's problem, not our problem. So it is Krishna's problem in the sense, Krishna has to take the responsibility to take us to Goloka now. We have to fully surrender unto Krishna. That's very important. Completely. When we fully, completely surrender unto Krishna, then Krishna is going to take us to Goloka. So, that's what is going to happen. Otherwise, Krishna cannot do that. Krishna cannot take us to Goloka. If we have some reservations, if we have some priorities or some preferences which are not aligning with Krishna, that means which are completely materialistic. So that means we are not giving all the room in our mind to Krishna. Krishna can take us to Goloka only if our mind is completely full of Krishna only. No one else, nothing else. It's very important. Only Krishna, Krishna only. Then only it is possible for us to live from this world completely. We will not come back here. How we are going to ensure, how we are going to make sure that we are going to remember only Krishna, no one else, nothing else. We should not be answerable to anyone else. That's what Krishna says. That can happen only if we are able to give up all materialistic attachments. That can happen only if we are not attached to the results of activities. If we are able to completely dedicate ourselves to Krishna, then only it can happen. Otherwise, it's not going to simply happen. Because 24/7, we have to be in Krishna consciousness only, and we have to get the satisfaction and bliss and enjoyment, everything only by remembering Krishna, not by any other means. Yasvatmaratirevasya atmatriptasya manavaga atmanyevacha santushtaga tasya karyam na vidyate. Atmarati. Swatmarati Syat. Atma Tripti. Atma Triptasya Manavaga. Atmanyevacha Santushtaga. Tasya Karyam Naviditari. So then there is no work for us to do. That means we are not going to be forced to act in this world. Naiva tasya kritenartho na kriteni kaschana yatasya sarvabhuteshu kaschitata vyapashraya. So then there won't be any reason for us to act. There won't be any need for us to do anything. And we are not answerable to anyone. So we are not under the force. So we have to achieve that kind of life in this world. It's very important. When we fully depend on Krishna, that's going to happen. When we completely dedicate ourselves to Krishna, just give up everything. Give up everything means give up all kinds of attachments. We should understand one thing, that we are not doing anything. I repeat again. We should understand one thing, that we are not doing anything. So that means we cannot do anything here. That means nothing is in our control. But we can desire to please Krishna, to serve Krishna. Then Krishna will make us to do everything for himself, for Krishna. Arjuna didn't fight in the battlefield. Krishna told Arjuna that I am already there, already killed by me. Arjuna did not kill Bhishma, Drona, everyone. Krishna told Arjuna that Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayatradam cha Kannam tatanyanapi yodaviran mayakatam. Mayakatam. Tvam jahima vyatista utyasva chaitena. So that's what Mayakatam. They are killed by me. Dronam cha, Bhishmam cha, Jayatradam cha, Kannam cha, Tanyanapi yodaviran. So that means Arjuna did not shoot arrows. Arjuna did not kill them. They are killed by Krishna. So in our life also, in every day, in our day-to-day activity, we are not doing anything. We are doing nothing. Krishna can do it for us. So, but Krishna told very clearly that he is not responsible for whatever good or bad we are doing it. That we need to understand. Even though we are not the doer, we cannot do anything. But even though Maya is doing everything, which is under Krishna's control, but Krishna is not responsible for all the good or bad things happening in this world, or which we are doing, which we are forced to do it in this world. Krishna is not taking any responsibility. It's because of our materialistic attachments, our ignorance, our desires in this material world to gratify the senses, to enjoy the material sense objects. So that's the reason we are struggling and suffering in this material world. Nagate kasyajin papam nachaiva sukrutam vibhugu ajnanena vritham jnanam tena mukyanti chantavat. So Krishna is saying, Nadate kasyajit papam. So I don't accept anyone's sinful actions, responsibility for anyone's sins. That's what, anyone's sins, I don't accept any responsibility. Nadate kasyajit papam. Nachaiva sukrutam vibhugu. Even their good things also, good acts also, I am not responsible. That's how, because of our ignorance in this material world. Ajnanena vritam jnanam tena mukyanti jantavaga. Because our knowledge is covered by ignorance, because of it, we are bewildered in this material world. So we need to now come out of the ignorance, like we studied in the 10th chapter, which we are going to revise today also, that we need to get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, this Jnana Deepam. We need to come to the light. We should not completely stay ourselves in the darkness. Then Krishna can't help us. We can't help ourselves. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is going to solve all our problems. It's already solving our problems. So that way, we are getting what we need. And the Yoga Kshemam Mahamyaham. So Krishna is giving us all the Yoga Kshemam. And Krishna is planning for us. As I have mentioned many times in the past, that Krishna has got plans for each and every one of us. Yes, Krishna has plans. Are we fitting ourselves into that or not? Depends upon whether we surrender unto Krishna or not. If we surrender unto Krishna, if we dedicate our life unto Krishna, then Krishna will be able to make use of us in his plans. That's what Srila Prabhupada did. He decided to spread this Bhagavad Gita everywhere, and Krishna made use of Prabhupada even at the age of 70 to cross the Atlantic Ocean in the cargo ship, and in the unknown place, Srila Prabhupada established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That's the reason we have Bhagavad Gita as it is, and we are able to study and understand Bhagavad Gita today, all because Srila Prabhupada submitted himself completely to Krishna. And then all his followers, all his disciples, so they submitted themselves to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. So that's the reason now International Society for Krishna Consciousness is everywhere. And everywhere there is opportunity for the devotees to get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Now it's our duty to make sure that we submit ourselves to Krishna very well, so that Krishna can make use of us in his plans. And so that way we can actually spread this message everywhere. And as I mentioned many times in the past, there are no scarcity for devotees in this material world. So there are millions of devotees, not one or two, not hundreds, not thousands. It is millions of devotees. How much we are doing, how much we are serving to identify those devotees. We have to have a plan, which is Krishna's plan. We need to act in a systematic, organized way, in the way of Bhagavad Gita, to identify the devotees. So, anyone who gives this knowledge to my devotees, I guarantee their devotional service, and they come to me, there is no doubt about it. Edam paramam guhyam madbhakte swavidashyati bhaktim mai param kritva mam eveshashim mam evesati asamsayaha. So they will come to me, there is no doubt about it. So we need to dedicate ourselves unto Krishna with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge and spread this message and identify devotees and give them this message and group together, organize together, and this should be our primary life, primary goal in our life, nothing else. Other things will all happen. All things are happening. The job is going on, which Krishna is doing, and we are getting the money what we need, which Krishna is doing. Everything is happening. We are not struggling for our existence at all. Everything is happening by Krishna's causeless mercy. We simply have to now fully focus in spreading this message of Bhagavad Gita and fully, completely depending on Krishna. We should do everything for Krishna. So then, by Krishna's mercy, we are going to be happy. So the real happiness comes from serving Krishna. We need to serve Krishna. So serving Krishna, depending on Krishna, and following Krishna's instructions, and identifying the devotees, and chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and offering prasadam to Krishna, and understanding more about Krishna. So dedicating our life unto Krishna this way, Machitta, Madkatha, Prana. That's what Krishna said. We have to do that, then everything is going to go very nice. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 18 shlokas in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So what we have understood until now. In the shloka number 11, Krishna taught us, Tesham yevanukam partham anukampartam akam ajnanajam tamaka Nashayamyatma bhavasto jnana deepena vasvatha tesam eva anukampartam. So anukampa artham means to show my special mercy. So to those, tesham means to whom? Tesham satata yukthanam vajatham priti purvakam. So to them. So that means to those, tesham, those who are always engaged, satata yukthanam, always engaged in my devotional service. Tesham satata yukthanam vajatham priti purvakam, those who render devotional service unto me with full devotion. So that's why tesham satata yuktanam vajatham priti purvakam. So for them, to show my special mercy to them, aham, myself, ajnanajam tamakanasayami, destroy the darkness of ignorance, because being seated in their heart, atma bhavas, so being myself situated in their body, so I destroy the darkness of ignorance by the shining lamp of knowledge. Jnanati pena bhasvata. That's what Krishna. To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Then in the next sloka, what we studied, Arjuna started talking. Arjuna uvacha param brahma param dhamma pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shasvatam divyam adidevam majam vibhu ahustvam rishayah sarve deva rishinaradatha ashito devano vyasaga swayam chaiva bravishime. Arjuna said, you are Param Brahma, you are the Supreme Brahman, you are the Supreme Abode, Supreme Refuge, Param Dhamma. So, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, yourself, you are the purest, the transcendental purest person, and Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, and you are the divine eternal person. So that's what Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam. You are the original Lord. Adi Devam Ajam Anban. So that's what Arjuna says. Vibhum, all your opulence. So you are the greatest. Vibhum. Ahustvam Risayagas Sarve. So all kinds of rishis have mentioned about you, told about you, including the rishi for the demigods, that is Deva Rishi Naradas Tata. So including the sage among demigods, the Deva Rishi Narada, he also mentioned about you. And Ashito Devalo Vyasaga, they all mentioned about you. Now you yourself are explaining to me about yourself. What a great opportunity Arjuna got, and what a great opportunity we got. Whatever Krishna directly spoke to Arjuna, we are also studying and understanding, even in this Kali Yuga. Arjuna said, you are the Supreme Personality of God, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. So then in the next sloka, what we are studying today in this sloka number 14, Arjuna is continuing that Sarvametatrutham manye yanmam vadasi keshava nahite bhagavan vyaktim vidurdeva nadanavaga nadanava sarvametatrutham manye. So whatever you just said, I accept everything as truth. So yanmam vadasi kesava, O Keshava, whatever you told me, I accept them as truth. Ritham manye. So sarvam etat ritham manye, I accept them as the truth. Ritham manye means I accept them as the truth. What Krishna said? Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidudeva Natanavag. So no one knows about you, including the demigods and the demons. No one knows about you. So I fully accept them. That's what Arjuna says. Same case with us. We accept everything our Lord, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. We accept everything. So that's what we need to understand. So, Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidudeva Natana. So, O Krishna, I totally accept as true all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. So, by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the sloka number 14 in the 10th chapter today. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. We'll chant 2 rounds, which will roughly take about 15 minutes. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Putale Srimate Radhana Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Putale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschattate Sadami. Umajnanatimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurmilittamena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasa Gauravakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shivasari Gaurava Vrindavan Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Chitrita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
It's thank you for being with us today. And Guruji, it's such a lovely way you said that, it's not your problem, it's Krishna's problem.
Yes,
It's really, you tell that to somebody else, they'll kill you. But then so nicely and so sweetly we can say that it's not my problem, it's your problem. That's a wonderful thing to, kind of relief. What a relief it is, Guruji.
Yes.
Wonderful.
It's really, yes.
Yes, Guruji. It's lovely to be a part of. I've also understood one more thing, that is nothing above the Bhagavad Gita. That has slowly sunk in, and I've realized that no, there's nothing above the Bhagavad Gita. That is all, Guruji. And thank you so much. I'm so indebted to you, Guruji, that you spread it in my whole family, with my family friends, Guruji. Although they may not be able to part of the class, they have all shown interest for the Bhagavad Gita, and that's quite a blessing, Guruji, frankly speaking.
Very nice. Yes, Mother. That's what will happen, Mother. Krishna's blessing. It's Krishna's process. Yes.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Vrinda Mataji, Hare Krishna. Vishnu Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Vishnu Vardhana Prabhu. R.K. Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Sadar Dandavat Pranam, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
With the mercy of Krishna, there is no issue, no questions today. It's a very nice learning, Guruji, to you. And we have been missing you for the last 1 week almost.
Yes.
So, hope everything is fine now, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu, Krishna's blessing. Yes, Prabhu. I'm in India, so that's why it's a kind of some days, not able to connect, but slowly everything is getting better. Yes.
So, right, Guruji, no more questions. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much for the class. Very happy to hear your voice again this morning.
Yes,
yes, Guruji. And it's a very special verse which you have been telling us very often. Verse 10 and 11.
Yes.
Yeah, you always tell us that if we spread the word of Krishna, Krishna himself will help us.
Yes.
And will give the understanding and the this one. I think for you, especially Krishna has destroyed the darkness born of ignorance with the shining lamp of knowledge.
For all of us, Krishna has much.
For
We are
all of us,
understanding-
for all of us. Yes, Guruji.
We are understanding Bhagavad Gita the way Krishna wants us to understand. That's we are very fortunate, Mother. That's very important.
Yeah, yeah. So really powerful verses which say that if you follow
Yes.
him, he will destroy the ignorance.
Yes, Mother. Yes, Mother. Like during every day during our Bhagavad Gita class, the lamp of knowledge is lighted. It's shining.
Yes. Yes, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the class. Hoping to see you soon, Guruji.
Hare
Hare.
Krishna. Hare Rama. Vishnu Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Vishnu Vardhana.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the class, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mohanan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam.
Thank you so much for the class, Guruji. Really, we are missing you very
Yes, Prabhu.
last few days.
Yes,
Uh,
Prabhu. Somehow I
Because
was-
I think you must have got some commitment. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything, Guruji.
Got your message,
Hare-
Prabhu. I couldn't still reply. Maybe I will try to contact you.
Yeah, yes, Guruji. We can talk later also, no problem, Guruji. And thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Palliyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Palliyappan Prabhu. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu. Vrinda Mataji. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam.
Really interesting session today also. Really, the wonderful thing, interesting thing you have said today that the Gyan Deep dispel the darkness. Really, really interesting sloka. Wonderful learning from you. Hare Krishna Guruji. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today's class is really interesting. No questions from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Vrinda Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, let us listen to Shukla Prabhupada speak.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,